Okay, so I think we have the first 4 parts of that narrative done. Assigning
Yeah.
character points and then calculate other values and determine character qualities and determine good equalities. And now we
Yeah.
need to create a character concept.
And I think this on our page, like as where we display it, this goes at the top in place of
Instead of where it very professionally says, this is a
organ
test.
or whatever.
Yeah. So on these, I assume we'll just do the same kind of thing, like have a list of random names, or like random first name plus random surname or something like that. And randomly select have some sentences that we can randomly select from to answer the various character questions. Lost Will.
So every time you ask him a direct question.
Every time I ask Will a question, he disconnects. I think he's trying to tell me something. My follow-up question was going to be, Will, do you have a list of random names and lists of sentences that we can randomly select from? Should we go with that assumption?
I think so. And then we can adjust if necessary.
Okay.
I think it might even be more fun if we had different sentences that we randomly put together.
Right, like pick where it says 1 to 2 sentences. If you could pick, like 2 "who are you" sentences or something.
Yeah.
I guess if we're selecting from the same list, we'll have to make sure we don't have duplicates, but
that's just really, really who you are.
that is just really important to you.
Or we could just, for purposes of today, get 1 sentence and then have 2 sentences be something we do later. So actually, maybe what we'll do is, let me say down here, multi sentence.
Multi-sentence. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have AI generated ones way, way down at the bottom.
Yes, all the way down there.
Although, again, I don't know how hard it'd be nowadays. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Our tests are still green. Just making sure, starting from a good spot. Should we add a test?
Yeah.
Good.
Character concept.
Should add a character concept. Should add character concept in field. I don't know.
I think I'm back.
Oh, Will came back. Mike was pointing out that every time I try to ask you a direct question, you disconnect, and so
Interesting.
we're just wondering, if you're subtly trying to tell me something.
Nope. I did put some names into our Slack chat.
Excellent. Character name. So are we have a full complete character name as opposed to doing like a list of first names and a list of surnames?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, because that'll be.
Although we could break them up, and I think that would be really fun. Actually, I like that a lot.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, because you actually have modifiers, which I guess like.
No, so you could have first, last, and modifier, and all of them are optional except for the first. Yeah. Would that be hard?
I know. I mean, the optional means that we just put blank in the list.
We put blank and then we trim it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. What should we call this function that does this? Add character concept?
Seems like that would be the name.
Okay.
Keep that consistent language from top to bottom.
Character. I'm going to say that the character should have a name. Right? That's one of the things we should have. Do you want to add this? Okay. I'm just going to ask if you wanted to add this at the bottom. We can always move it around if we want to.
We can move it later if we need to.
Okay.
Figure. Okay. I mean,
the moment you can, do that, and that will make our test pass. I think for this one, if especially if we're going to do the, like the surname and modifier are optional and truncating that, not truncating, trimming. I think having the name is not empty string.
Yeah.
Is probably important. You want to do to be greater than 0? Greater than 1? I don't know. Can we have one character first names? Well, I guess I really should have made sure that our code made our test pass before I did that, shouldn't I? But
yeah. Okay. I've added something in the string. So
okay. Less than 0. It is definitely less than 0. Okay, do you want to do the actually building a name randomly first, or do you want to add the other character concept fields first?
Let's get all the fields first, and then we can do all the randomization, I think. Or yeah.
Okay. That's kind of what we did on the like Banes and Boons and stuff. I kind of like that. Then we could also hook it up to the HTML if we want to do that first.
Yeah.
What should we call these? Character dot like here we have who are you, what defines your personality, how do you look?
So those are the
questions.
Those are the questions on the sheet. What and how? Or
we could have
who,
personality and look.
Yeah.
We could just have it be like description, personality, and look. I don't know. I don't know the description is really,
descriptive.
Is really descriptive. If that really follows the domain terminology.
We could do who are you? And then personality and look.
Yeah. So that would look, if we did that, it would look like character dot look. Like that?
Yeah. And let's run a test.
Okay. Okay, all 3 of those fail. I guess another word we could put in here is like background, but again, I don't know that actually matches with the domain terminology.
Yeah. Okay.
So and 2 should be failing.
Okay. What's the next one?
Personality?
Personality. Oh, it completed for me now.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't on who are you? So I don't know if it caught up.
hasn't been doing cross-file auto-completion for me super well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming at some point, will have a list of a couple of some of these.
Is this supposed to be look?
Yeah, that's what we named it in the test anyway.
It did not autocomplete look, so I don't know what's going on.
Devilishly handsome.
I was gonna go with ruggedly.
Ooh, ruggedly handsome. Okay.
Okay.
You could also do, ruggedly beautiful.
We could.
Yeah.
Ruggedly handsome, must look away.
Wow, I am the best. Big ego. I like this. This is good. Okay.
This would be a fun character to play. Maybe not a fun character to play with.
Right.
But, okay, so that makes our test pass.
And now to the HTML.
Okay, we'll go to the HTML. Let's go up here to the top and
so I'm thinking we do a title for character name.
Yeah.
Or not? Wait, not title. Is title?
I mean, we can do title.
Yeah.
What that looks like. Does that do? Oh, that.
Wait, title is in the head. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we can do an H1.
Yeah, we just do H1.
We could do H1 and then have the have boons and goodies be H2s.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if I do. Nope. Oh, it still won't change the close tag to an H2 for me. All right, well, whatever. Do we just want the character name to be the contents of the H1?
I think so.
As opposed to like name : character name or something. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's implied. I mean, it's up to you. Well,
say that again.
Do you want just the contents of the H1 up at the top to be just the character name, or do you want it to be name?
Yeah, I think so.
Character name or something. Okay.
Name. Yeah, sure. It can be name, character name. That's fine.
Okay. I think we can do it either way, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, leave it like that for now. We can address it later if we want to.
Oh, why does it say what defines your personality for?
oh, because personality is a trait. It's
oh, it is a trait.
So we can't use personality.
Okay.
So we could call it define personality. Or
personality description or something. I don't know.
Your personality?
Yeah. We can go with your personality and your looks, or
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Oops. You want to go with your looks?
So do we want to change that throughout then?
If we want to use our poor man's data binding, then we probably want to do that.
Okay, I updated personality.
I'll change. I changed it to your looks.
Yeah.
With an S at the end. Does that sound good?
Yep. Okay. Okay, and now we should be able to add these to our list. Attribute map.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Probably add them at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea.
try.
Undefined. Oh yeah, because we're not calling our thing. Do you want to call the thing at the beginning? Add character concept.
Sure.
I mean, in Miro we had it at the end. Hey, look, our name is not less than 0. That's a great adventurer name, I think.
Okay, so then we should be able to add, what is it? Who are you?
I'm going to change these for just a minute so it's a little easier to tell. When we put in stuff from our character.
Yep.
Okay, so then your personality.
Your
Hey, look, our character has a big ego.
And then your looks.
Looks ruggedly handsome, must look away. Excellent. So I think these are all values from there.
Yep. Okay. So now we just need to randomize those.
Commit or randomize first and then commit.
We could commit.
What's the name?
The name is not less than 0. It's very, very heroic.
Oh yes, good.
I've heard a rumor that originally Tolkien was going to have 10 members of the Fellowship, and not less than 0 was going to be the 10th member, but he figured it was just add too much.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You said yes to commit?
Yeah.
Okay. Non-random character concept stuff. I feel less bad putting weasel words in my commit messages than in my code.
People are more likely to read your code than any of your commit messages.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Should we do the who are you, your personality, and your looks first? Because those are easier.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it looks like Will has provided us with a bunch of.
I did provide some lists. Yeah.
Yeah. Because those will be here's a list, select one thing from the list,
Yeah.
as opposed to the name that'll be a little bit more complicated.
Yes, if you saw on the Miro board, well, we deferred 2 sentence descriptions to slice 2.
Yep. We probably, we probably could do a like select 2 things from this randomized list, but then we didn't want to have to worry about duplicates and stuff for now.
Also, it is.
We could defer the split names into, or the randomized names into the second slice as well, or a later slice if we wanted. That would make things simpler too, right?
Well, let's yeah, but like it's still picking 3 random things and adding them together. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
It's the duplication part.
Yeah.
That I think
Fair enough.
we haven't had to deal with anywhere yet, but we'll have to as soon as we start having multiple goodies, multiple anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Multiple boons, multiple banes. Okay.
What do we call this? Like, who are you list? Who are you options?
Options. Maybe that's the word we should have been using all along.
Options?
Yeah.
Oh. Oops. I'm gonna steal the list that Will sent us and double quote my way to glory. You want these all in one line? Do you want them all on individual lines? I don't know.
I don't particularly care.
They're long. It might make sense to just put them on multiple lines. Well, some of them are long.
I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, then for here, we'll do who are you options. So this magical incantation again.
Yeah.
And we have used that magical incantation a lot.
We have, so it's who are you options dot length. Then close my thing. There we go. And my test still pass. My test still pass. The last person living on a moon. It's time to leave. Look, can we get different? Who are you responses now?
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm gonna propose a refactor here
Okay.
to take this and extract it so that we pass in a list and we get a value back.
Okay, I like that.
So
Like a function called get random or get random element or something.
yeah, random, yeah. Select
Yeah.
and from array.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's
No.
more. I was thinking since we have it in so many places, like, and we use it a lot, having a shorter name might be nice, but then it's less descriptive.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, it could just be select random.
Yeah.
I think would be okay. And then we give it a list. And so then we can just do.
We do list. Yeah, that, but replace who are you options with list.
We could just do. Oh. And the options. And let's see.
Okay, if I refresh that,
That looks good.
looks like that still works. Like that.
Nice.
Do we want to do that same refactoring in other places too?
So many places.
So many places. Let's see. And then
Sure, there's somebody that's like yelling at this video going, finally.
I know.
Probably.
It's a lot easier, like to just kind of get along while you're just kind of doing it. Plus, you know, we kind of want to get, it's nice to continue to make progress.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's also nice to know. I mean, we probably could have identified this duplication earlier, but I wouldn't have wanted to do it after, the second time we did it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
we did
third or
copy
fourth.
this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. No, wait, boon names. Like one of the things that I have also found is in my experience is that, sometimes doing this type of work exposes other duplication. Because it clears out some
Because
of
you
the
can
cruft.
see it. Yeah.
So like, I mean, add Bane and add Boone. Like they looked this similar before, but they look like even more similar now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where, maybe I'm not saying we necessarily do this right now, but maybe there's a method where we give it a names and effects, and then we have a thing.
And it makes an array for us, which we then assign to boons or to banes or something. Yeah.
So that being said, time is far spent, as they say. Let's wrap up now that we have our little method.
Our all powerful select random function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now we need the your personality options.
Don't put it there.
Yep.
Options. Okay. Oh, that did not paste nearly as well as last time.
No, I didn't.
Must have gotten some extra new lines in there somehow or something. Okay. It's too many questions. Strong silent type. Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna go add your looks options. I got some Slack stuff in there.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just it's gonna be cool in multi-cursor, but okay. Oh, and I guess I should make sure that all of our tests still pass. And our web page looks blue and hairless. I didn't see that one. Okay, that is one of the options. All right, good.
Okay, and then character name.
Character name. Okay.
I probably should give a few more options for maybe for the last name, first name. I think we have a lot of first names. 1, 2, 3, 4 first names. We have 2 appellations or whatever. And maybe a couple more last names. I'll do a couple more.
Yeah, why don't you put them directly in here? I have to...
I'll just type them in. Yeah, sure. If it'll work, if they will ever come through, we'll find out.
I don't know. Is it? Surname is one word.
I think it is.
What were we calling the appellations or
Modifiers or adjectives?
Titles.
Titles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the wise.
Yeah, we have the wise and the brave. I'm going to start typing some of these that we have from Slack. This is Melina the Not Quite So Brave. Nalina the not a number. Trev Clark the clumsy. Nalina Tuclem. Nalina Tuclem the not quite so brave.
I'm gonna change Nalina because I just realized that's the name of someone I actually know. I'm gonna just fix
Oh.
that really quick. Let's see. What do I want to put as that?
Wilma Belmont the brave. How alliterative.
There we go.
Okay, so I guess the only question is, do we want to do a trim?
Oh, yeah, I think we can just, I think in JavaScript, if you have a string, you can just do
Not trim.
trim at the end, I think. So if you wrap all that in parens and do trim, we could also be cool and turn it into string interpolation if we really wanted to.
Oh yeah.
What if we wanted titles to be the least common thing? What if could we put more empty string
Oh.
entries?
We could put more empty string entries in there.
Yeah, let's do that for now. Let's do 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, look, I think that's the first time I saw
A single.
just the first name.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we could play with that and see how the distribution of titles actually works out and add some more blanks in there if we wanted to, or take some out.
Yeah, I might add one more to the last names as well. There we
Okay.
go. Yeah, I like how that's turning out. That's
Nice.
fun.
So that's an interesting side effect of how we're working, and the fact that Will is both a developer and is in our live share session, that as the stakeholder or product owner, you just be like, oh no, let me go change that to, oh yeah, I like how that is.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Okay, well. Commit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe take a look at the diff, yeah.
Yeah. We maybe should have committed before we added all
the
stuff.
refactor. Yeah.
We could have done like the refactor as a separate commit or something, but that's
It's
okay.
not too bad.
Okay. Commit. Oops. Randomized character concept and random list refactor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think with that, and pull up the Miro board. I think we've hit everything we had in our slice one. Aside from it maybe being presentable in a
right.
more stylized form.
Right. And maybe friendly for a mobile device.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes,
because this is probably not going to meet.
I'll go see if I can find some fonts that we might use. I'll look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
and then I think we want to have, like, when we do the make it pretty thing, we'll want to have something at the top like Arium Cargen or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking about calling it Arium :generate.
yeah. Oh, because that goes with your theme.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, especially if you're going to use this as marketing material, having some sort of branding on here.
Yeah.
Good.
I could go and whip up a logo for that pretty quickly, actually, that matches the whole the theme and everything. And I don't have a G entry, so it would be good.
No,
Yeah.
good. Probably having a link back to like where someone could buy the game or something like that.
Or yeah, wouldn't be a
probably
bad thing.
it.
Yeah. This is really cool. I'm excited to share this with some folks on our Adept Icarus Discord channel server. See what they think.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, is one of the prerequisites of that making it a public page somewhere as opposed to just on?
Good question. I don't know. Is it okay for it to be on ngrok, or do we need to get it published?
Oh, well, then I have to run it on my machine.
You have to keep it running. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Then
honestly,
probably
you
need to
could
get
just
published.
share the index.html and they could just open it in a browser.
True.
You could also just create an S3 bucket or a Azure storage account and manually drop the index.html in there
and just share the ugly URL.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Options.
Yeah.
Or you could just do a video of it, like to share.
True.
That's
Like,
another option.
If you're just like, hey, here's a preview of something that I've been working on.
Yeah.
So, so as a reminder of our goals here, right? It's like NPC generation for game masters, marketing the game, player quick start, which I think we're probably functionally there for NPC generation and player quick start, right? I mean, it's not super robust and doesn't have a lot of versatility, but
yeah,
marketing the game, I think we've talked about, actually making it brand consistent and all of that. And I think that's the next steps. And I think that helps us get to that goal. And remembering for our first slice, we were like non-interactive, which is where we're at. Like there's nothing that anybody needs to do. You just refresh the page and you get a character. And we're assigning all the character points to the primary attributes. We added a couple other things in there that we've kind of taken out, right? One sentence descriptions and one goodie. But I think we're getting close. I think if we do a styling session, then we're probably there.
Yeah, for a first pass, I think so. Well, probably. Well, I guess it depends on exactly what we want to do. Adding styling, maybe adding some more options on some of the, boons and goodies. No.
Oh, sure. Yes.
That's probably a will call.
Oh yeah, we could get all of the options out into those pretty quickly. That wouldn't take long.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the.
And then I could generate more names and descriptions and things for the character in general as well.
The ones where we already have the list of all the things in the actual rule book would probably be pretty quick. The ones where you would have to make up, asset names, goodie names and character names and stuff would probably take a little bit longer, but.
Okay. Well, I think that puts us at a good spot to stop for today. That's great. Next time we'll do all that styling stuff that we talked about.
Yeah.